Hi everyone, this is Julie and welcome back to our Paper Flourish videos. I'm following on from the video I did the other day where I took you through the construction of an album cover, and these are the albums which you make from scratch, the album cover, and the process I'm showing you applies to most of the album kits which are sold at Paper Flourish, not only in store but online under my happy place where all of our craft kits are. So the one that I've been working on, the one I showed you the other day, as I said, I'm following the instructions which are in two of our albums at the shop. It's our little girl and little boy album. However, the process I'm following applies to virtually every album kit at Paper Flourish for sale. So the other day, I'll just move those out of the way. So my last video, and if you haven't seen it, please have a look at it. And I said it'll help you making your albums. We made the album cover. So album cover, front cover, inside. I apologise for what's happened here. This is actually take 2 of this video, so I had to actually pull the spine binding out of it to make this one, but it doesn't matter. We're going to cover that up in a moment. You won't see any of that. So today, the focus of today's video is to make the spine binding. What's the spine binding of your album? This is what your pages attach to in your album. Okay, so it's going to go over that chipboard spine, and that's how you put your pages in. So that's what we're making in this video. The spine binding attaches not only to the spine, but it will also go over onto the cover of the album, nice and secure. You won't end up seeing these pieces. They end up getting completely covered in your cardstock and papers as you decorate your beautiful album. All right, so I'll pop that aside and let's work on the spine binding. Now for this album, as I said, in the album instructions, I always have your measurements. I have worked them out for you, okay? So in this album, the measurement of the cardstock we need to cut for the spine binding is 8.5 inches by 8 1/4. 8 1/4, your album cover is 8.5 inches, okay? 8.5 inches top to bottom. I've cut your spine binding 1/4 of an inch shorter, and as you can see, it's going to go that 1/8 of an inch just inside the top and bottom section. So that's how I've worked out that measurement. So I'm just going to get my scoring board, which I'll need for this part. We're going to do some scoring to fold lines to make the spines, and so that is what you attach your album pages to. I've placed the 8.5 inch side at the top of my scoring board. I want 3, in this one I've decided to have 3 inches of cardstock left either side of the spines to attach to the album cover. So my first score line's going at 3 inches. There it is. From there we're going to do every 1/2 inch. So I'm going to score it at 3.5. I'm going to do 4, 4.5, 5, and the last one's going at 5.5 inches. So I've got 3 inches left either side there. In the notes, I'll always tell you what score lines to score at. I've worked that out for you. It just depends on how many pages are going into your album. So let's pop the scoring board away. Now the folding of this spine binding. Your first fold line is a valley fold. Okay, valley fold means looks like a V. Okay, so you've got your V-shaped fold. The next one is a mountain fold, and this is where the peak of that fold is at the top. So valley fold, mountain fold. Your third fold line is a valley fold. This is where it gets a little bit unusual. Your fourth fold line is also a valley fold. Don't worry about getting the fold lines super crisp at the moment. We'll do that shortly once we've got this these fold lines done. The next one after that, your fifth fold line there, is a mountain, and your final one is a valley fold. Okay, so what you've ended up with, push those together, you've ended up with 2 spines, okay, and then that 1/2 inch section in the middle, 3 inches left either side. At this stage, I'm going to push that down, and I'm going to get my scoring tool and really make those folds nice and crisp. I've done it in both directions so that your pages move in both directions freely. Okay, now these at the moment, these spines are open at the bottom. You see that, how they're open? So what I want to do is close them. We're going to turn it over onto the back. I'm going to get my double-sided tape. You could use glue here. I just prefer to use tape because it tends to dry. It's just a little bit quicker that way. I'm just going to put a strip along each of the base of those spines, okay, just to close them up. Take the tape cover off. I'm just going to bring this over and I'm going to squeeze those together. So now we've still got our two spines, but the difference is they're closed. Okay, so that's what you're looking to make. They fold both ways and you've still got your 3 inches either side. Now I'm going to run double-sided tape along both sides of each of the spines. When you attach this, leave around about, probably about a 1/16 of an inch, just a little bit between the tape and the base of the fold. Why? Because when your page goes in the oven, when your page goes into the album, you find your page won't go right to the base of the spine. By not going all the way to the base of the spine with your tape means you won't have adhesive showing at the bottom. It'll be nice and neat. So that's on one side there. Stuck. Doesn't matter if the tape goes a little bit over the top. This is going to end up going inside of your page. You will not see it. It's more important just to leave that little gap at the base of your spine. Now I'm going to do that along both sides. So I'll quickly do the other one here for you. If you're wondering where Murphy is today, he is around. He just hasn't paid us a visit yet. He's asleep on my bed. I can see him from here. We'll see if he makes an appearance at some point. I'm planning on doing a couple of videos today, so hopefully at some point you'll get a chance to meet Murphy. All right, so I have double-sided tape both sides of those spines to help your pages slip on, because this ends up going in between your pages. Your page will have two sides. This goes in the gap between them. I'm going to cut from the base of my spine to about half an inch in on each end. See, I've cut that triangle off. I'm going to do the same on each end of these, and that will help your page slip on easier. Let's do that. There we go. Get rid of my mess. So now you can see you've got your two spines and we've got those triangles cut off. This is ready now to go into your album. On the back, turn it over. You want to completely cover this with adhesive. So I've just got my 1/2 inch tape here. I'm going to run it around the edge. You could use, if you've got, say, paper, or on Paper Flourish we sell the good old toilet roll of double-sided tape. Perfect for this. You could chop a bit off and completely cover the back of it. Not a bad idea to have red tape just in the middle section, because that's going to attach to your chipboard spine, and that way it's just that little bit extra hold for when it's in the album. I might do that right now. I think I've got some nearby. Find it. I think I've just found everything but the red tape. No, here we go. So I've got some 1/2 inch red tape. Again, we sell this at Paper Flourish. Super strong tape, so not a bad idea to the middle to use this, just to give it that extra hold in the album cover. Just go one either side as well. So you want to completely cover the back of this with adhesive. There we go. So that's pretty much where that's going to end up going over the chipboard spine. Okay, we'll just complete the rest of it as well. So lots and lots of adhesive, but it needs to stick down so well to your album cover, this section. The last thing you want is those pages, that middle section coming free from your album. Alright, so I'm going to completely remove all of the tape covers here. Okay. Next video I'll be doing, I will actually be making a page from scratch and placing it into the album, on the album spine. So keep a watch out for that one. That should be out very soon as well. So these videos are just the basics of constructing an album cover. All right, one more of those. This is pretty super sticky at this point. Let's get the album back into action here. The album cover we made the other day. So I'm going to place this. Now we want to put the spines right in the middle. You want to center that over that chipboard spine. You've got your 1/8 of an inch of black cardstock showing either side. And of course the 3 inches we left either side extends over onto your front and back cover. Scoring tool, press that down. You want it to be really nice and firm in the middle as well. That's where that red tape is now. That's holding it firm onto the chipboard. There we go. So we've popped the spine. Now you can see so now the pages will fit onto here. They'll slip onto and stick onto these spines. This now no longer bends. Remember in the other video we took time and we bent the cover at either side of that chipboard spine. So let's do the same thing again here. I dent top and bottom just in that section between the two pieces of chipboard, and then just gently run your scoring tool along that section as you gently bend the cover up. And we'll do the same on the other side. Same process we did when we constructed the album cover. Go gently and slowly, and that helps your cardstock so it doesn't split. What I mean is here, so you don't get that splitting happen here. You can see there that's nice and smooth. Cardstock's all intact, and we've got our album cover, which is ready for 2 pages to be popped on. So that'll be in my next video. Keep a lookout for that one, making the album pages and putting it into here. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this is helping with your album construction, and I will see you again soon. Thank you very much. Have a great day.